My name is Patricia Dorward. They all call me Pat. Have I lived here that long? 70 years.
Math, but that's what, yeah, you.
This area grew. It was just nothing good, a big field over here.
But one of the cute things about this neighborhood, and we still do it, is when we get together, but I don't even know when the new subdivision was built, probably in the 60s. But to this day, we still call this the old subdivision and the new subdivision. And we'll get together and walk around and talk about, well, those people live there, and those people live there, and those people live there. So it never goes away. And we're lucky to be able to come back here and take care of Mom in the house we grew up in.
Life was so much simpler then. To get downtown, you had to go out and go to Wynn Road. You stand there and wait for a bus. That's what they had. I'll tell you, years and years ago, Mary Pat and I, my mother was here, so I took advantage of that and took the bus downtown with Mary Pat. So when it come time to go home, the bus doesn't go down Winton Road. It went way over and came down to Green Hills instead. Okay, Green Hills and here is open space, and it was dark at night, and we had to walk from that to here in the dark because they didn't have open space at that time. So I was scared shitless. Father Robinson from the high school would come over and have mass at 6:30 in the morning, and in this old barn. It used to be a barn. And so he was able, because Bill was friendly with him, and they decided it'd be good to have him mass. So they had a little room and a couple of pews, and they'd have mass every morning.
Her faith has always been strong. I mean, you know, being founders at St. Bart's, but you know, that's not the start of it. She went to church every day. She forgot to tell you that part. Downtown, when she worked at the print shop, she would eat her peanut butter jelly sandwich standing up, doing a job, as she calls them, her no-brainer job, and so that she could go to 11:45 Mass and be back on the job at 12:30. And that's what she did Monday through Friday. You can set your watch by it.
It's a good memory test, and my memory is going, whoa.
Did you used to work at Minuteman Press?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
What didn't I do? It started out as a little print shop downtown, and it ended up so I kind of took over. My brother-in-law owned the shop, so I worked there, and I would go down sometimes on Saturdays and clean the press and stuff like that. Take one, maybe Mary Pat was with me, my oldest daughter. I probably thought I was an artist.
Mom being an artist, when she fell and was recuperating from a leg injury, my sister Debbie came up with this great idea to keep Mom's mind occupied. So she bought dozens of clear Christmas ornaments, and for months my mom hand-painted every single ornament to give to her children, her grandchildren, and her great-grandchildren. And it's something we all treasure and will treasure forever.
And we raised 8 children here. I've enjoyed living here, raising the kids, and I've been very proud of all of them.
I've lived in Springfield Township in this house my whole life, since 1960. So it's a great place to grow up, a lot of great memories.
Without those children, I could not have existed, because each one had their own personality. And if you've experienced having more than one child, you got to take all these children and put the thought of one child into your day and say, okay, in your mind now, the girls are going to laugh at me when I say this, but you might say, okay, I think I have to pay attention to Debbie today, or I have to take care of Mary Pat today, or and having that many children, they all seem to get along. I think even till today, it's a unit. It's a unit, and each child has their own personality. And you put 8 kids together, they find their way. And, even to the part where they say, "Hey, I don't like Joe today. He's really crazy." But that was part of growing up, of the children growing up, and we were fortunate to raise the children in a good atmosphere. And some may feel as though they have had more than others. You know what I mean? He did this. He did this. This if any of you have a good-sized family, you know exactly what I'm trying to say. Blame it on Joe. You know what I mean?
My mom was always a good reader of character. All my sisters were good people, and come from Mom giving us a lot of foundation to grow from and be strong. I used to go across and hit golf balls. I remember the guy that cut the grass. He was a brother of somebody I knew from St. Bart's. He said, "I don't like you hitting golf balls here because it ruins my blades." And I promised him, I said, "This will make me a better golfer. If I have 50 balls in my bag, I won't leave until I find all 50 balls." He said, "If you promise me that, you can play, you can hit." And I did that. And that was kind of a challenge to me. So if I hit him all right, I had to go find him. But no, it was cool. We just had that. He wasn't mean about it. He just told me why, because it ruined his blade. So anyway, I thank you for that, because that gave me an opportunity to practice.
When you're growing up and learning about the facts of life, I had the conversation with Mom, and she sat down and she drew me a picture. It was a very detailed picture, and I said, "I don't understand half of this." And she said, "You will," and I said, "I will forever remember." It's kind of burned in my brain what she drew. It was very, very detailed. I said, having you as an artist, Mom, it was probably not the best. I mean, it was maybe too much.
Because going to St. Bart's, and on the way home, we would stop at the YMCA at Powell Crosley Y. And that was a wonderful, wonderful spot, wonderful experience. They had the first microwave I can ever remember, because they had a sign up there that says, "If you have a pacemaker, you cannot use this machine." And I didn't know what a pacemaker was when you're in elementary school, and all of a sudden, I remember one time a man came in and I said, and he used it, and I said, "You must not have a pacemaker." He goes, "No, I don't. Why?" I said, "Do you see the sign?" He goes, "Oh no, that's for your heart." "Oh, now I know."
Growing up, we all had to have a job. We got our worker's permit when we were 15, and then if we were lucky enough, some older sibling could drive the one car we had and drive you to work and back. But I worked in Forest Park at the Forest Park Forest Park Restaurant, I think it was called, and for $1 an hour. And the mayor at the time, Forest Park was new, and the mayor at the time was Mr. White, Phil White. And he would come in, and I thought he was like royalty, because I would wait on him, and I thought, here's the mayor of Forest Park. This is big stuff.
I went to Green Hills, and one of the neat things about Springfield Township around Green Hills and Finneytown High School at the time is when McDonald's was built, and the Radzwans were forever the managers. There's always a Radzwan that worked there, always. But anyway, and the neat thing, there was an unwritten rule when Green Hills played Finneytown in football or in basketball, that when we all went down to McDonald's that night, whoever won got to go order their food first. I mean, it wasn't a fights or anything. It was like, "Oh, you're from Finneytown, you get to cut in line." It was just, that was the unspoken rule.
God has been good to me. I have to say that. He let me live this long and still have, I think, a little brain. I think there's something in there. I hope you will stress that I appreciate it